Hey everyone, how are you all doing? There has been a lot of discussion on the internet about whether developers should focus on Java development or move towards Golang in 2026. If you are confused about which one is the better choice, don't worry, because in this video, I'm going to break everything down for you. We'll compare Java and Golang from a technical perspective, including their performance, scalability, architecture, and the key differences between them. We'll also look at things from a company's point of view. Because when you apply for jobs, it is important to understand what skills companies are looking for and which technologies are currently in demand. And finally, we'll discuss this topic from both a beginner's and a working professional's perspective. We'll talk about what freshers should choose, what experienced developers should consider, and which technology makes the most sense, depending on your career goals. So if you want a clear answer to the Java versus Golang debate in 2026, make sure to watch this video until the end. Let's get started. First of all, let's talk about performance, because this is one of the biggest factors people consider when choosing between Java and Golang. Generally, Golang is considered faster because it uses lightweight coroutines and channels. These are designed for efficient concurrency and better resource management. Java, on the other hand, has its own strengths, advantages, and architecture. But from a raw performance perspective, Golang is often seen as more efficient. Java uses a traditional threading model, and compared to Golang's lightweight concurrency, it can be more resource-intensive. Because of this, Golang usually performs better for CPU-bound or CPU-intensive tasks. In simple terms, if your application performs a large number of calculations and consumes heavy CPU resources, Golang often has the advantage. However, there is one important point that many developers overlook. Most real-world companies primarily work with I/O-bound services. Their systems spend most of the time handling requests, communicating with databases, reading and writing data, and applying business logic. In these types of I/O-intensive applications, the performance difference between Java and Golang is usually very small, and in many real-world cases, both technologies deliver excellent results and perform at a similar level. So from a practical industry perspective, both Java and Golang are strong choices. The best option depends more on your project requirements, ecosystem, and career goals, rather than performance alone. Now let's talk about concurrency and parallelism. One of Golang's biggest strengths is its concurrency model. And the reason it is considered simple and easy to use is because Golang provides coroutines and channels, which make concurrent programming much more straightforward and developer-friendly. On the other hand, Java's concurrency model is primarily based on threads. Because of this, understanding and managing concurrency in Java can be more complex. As mentioned earlier, Java's threading model is generally heavier compared to Golang's lightweight coroutines. In Java, developers often rely on synchronization mechanisms, such as locks, semaphores, and other concurrency tools. These are powerful, but they can also introduce additional complexity, especially when building and maintaining current applications. Golang takes a different approach. Its concurrency model is designed to be simpler and easier to manage, which makes it easier to build scalable and maintainable applications, especially for modern cloud-based services. Now, if we talk about developer productivity, Golang is widely known for being simple and easy to learn. Its syntax is clean, minimal, and straightforward, while Java follows strong object-oriented principles with classes, objects, and structured design. If I had to give a recommendation, I would say that both Java and Golang are well-tested, scalable, and highly maintainable programming languages. In my opinion, if you are a beginner, starting with Java can be a great choice. If you learned something new from this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss future content, and turn on notifications to stay updated.